The following program is brought to you by What the Hell Is That? The latest board game brought to you by Barfco Industries of Backscratch, North Dakota. What the Hell Is That is an interactive board game that the entire family can enjoy. Spend hours with your friends and family bullshitting each other and you don't know who's telling the truth. It's exciting and it's fun. Buy your copy of Barfco Industries What the Hell Is That? At your nearest retailer. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Spankatron 5000 show with your host, Kelsey Todd. Tonight's special guests, Molly Tollefson, Elizabeth Westermann, Neil Kaiser, and special musical guest, the Pookies.
This is only my second podcast ever, so I don't really. Fuck it. It's gonna start.
Fuck the.
Why'd you name it Spankatron? Do you like to spank people?
Well, so funny story. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of the Spankatron 5000 podcast. Now, quick story before I introduce everybody that Neil Kaiser, one of the musical guests tonight, asked about was why Spankatron 5000. The reason is because about a year and a half ago, my improv troupe consisted of 10 people from level 100 UP classes, and we couldn't think of a name for a show. We were having this super long email chain, and finally someone was like, the first person to email me something, that's the name of our troupe. So I was like, Spankatron 5000. And everyone was like, oh, damn it, that's the worst name ever. So we did one show under that name and then came up with a new one. But I'm like, dude, that sounds like a podcast. It sounds like a comedy podcast. So that's why. That's a story.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Together.
Hey, that's Molly.
Hi.
Molly Tollefson.
Oh my God.
I was in a class. I took one class with Molly with Alicia as a teacher. It was like a character workshop. Homegirl was funny. And then
Thanks,
I saw her
man.
in Good Morning Campers at Jet City Improv.
Holler.
Opening night was genius level stuff. So Homegirl's here, and I'm super grateful. We have got Elizabeth Westermann.
Hello.
A theater sports prodigy. A puppeteer.
Oh.
And
So far you're half right.
I'm half right. And extremely funny. And I'm super glad she's here tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. And then to my right, I have Neil Kaiser,
Hello.
the New York Jew.
Oi.
It sounds so German.
Kaiser. Well, it's because my family, when they came over from Ellis Island to get away from people wanting to kill them, the name was actually something Kiese, and the schlubs at Ellis Island were like, oh, Kaiser, so now your name means king in German, even though you're running away from Germans. Good deal.
Nice.
Story of our lives. Am I
Seriously.
right?
Molly's a New York Jew too, so there's two of them.
Oh, that's right.
We have a quorum.
We have a bond.
We have a what do they call it in
Gaggle.
in temple when you have
Shtetl?
Shtetl.
No, that's Yiddish for a
Schmenkel?
group of people who live near
shtetl.
each other.
Is it a murder?
a murder
A
of
murder
Jews.
Of Jews. That's
That's
Horrible.
Too
Wow.
soon.
too soon.
That was really bad. Neil's wife, Heather, is here.
HP.
HP.
Hello.
And she is one of the two.
Hey, girl.
That's it. She's one of the 2 members of the Pookies, and they're going to be playing tonight. They're going to be the musical guests, Neil and Heather.
There are actually 4 members of the Pookies of the Pookies, but there's only 2 of them on the West Coast. The other 2, Rich and Elizabeth, are in Austin, Texas, keeping our seats warm.
Nice.
Oh.
Hmm.
We love you.
I was, speaking of religion, Judaism's a religion, right? Yeah.
Kind of. It depends. It's more of a culture. Like
It is
'cause
super
I might be Jewish
culture-y.
if it's funny. Like I don't believe in any God or anything, but I think calling myself Jew, I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
What did you
who we are.
Judaism? Is that
Judaism, yeah.
No, because I've heard Judaism and
Oh, Judaism.
Judaism and and being from Ballard, like all I know is Catholic.
We're
Totally.
like
Yeah.
Jew-ish. Get it?
Yeah, exactly. Like Blackish, that show.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, yeah, when it's relevant.
My mom's a part-time Jew. She goes to temple like once a year, and she guilts me about it. I'm like, what? The other 364 years you're eating bacon and you're listening to Wagner and you're giving me shit.
Now, what are the rules? Like, there's a whole set of rules that being Jewish entails, right? You guys, like, you can't play soccer, and you have to.
Can't marry a shiksa.
And shiksa.
Guilty, non-Jew.
Okay.
Sorry,
and
Grandma.
are you a shiksa, Heather?
Oh, she is quite a shiksa.
Awesome.
There's a lot. That's another podcast, How to Be Jewish Without Really Trying. Molly and I are going to start that one ourselves.
Nice.
Tune in next week.
Ayo.
Do it. I was raised a Christian Scientist.
You weren't.
I was
Really?
for like 16 years, and anytime I had like a major, I just didn't understand the religion because it's really fucking confusing.
There's not much science in it, though.
There isn't though, not at all. And my mom, I did get a microscope. No, I'm kidding. My mom was super into it, and so like whenever I would injure myself, I'd feel really guilty about wanting to go like grab medication, just because I'm doing it a disservice by speaking about it like this, because it's like there's beautiful people in there and everything's fine.
No.
But like
They're all dying of really
dying of
easily
really-
curable
Totally.
stuff.
And so like I developed this, I think it was like a mental, like a mind body thing, where Sunday mornings when I would have to get ready for church, I'd wake up with a migraine every Sunday, because it was just like I just hated going to church. And
No aspirin for you.
no, and the thing is, when we'd be driving to church, we would stop at the gas station and I would steal Advil from the medicine aisle just so I would like get out of church and not have a headache anymore.
Wait, Christian Scientists go to church? I thought they like went
Twice
to
a week, dude.
to, like science fiction movies.
Wow,
twice
like
a
when
week.
you watch like
I think
Battle
those are Scientologists.
What days?
Oh, Christian Science and
I'm
Scientology
just
is different.
curious.
Totally different, yeah.
Yeah, one of them is
got-
completely insane, and
you got
the other one has
midichlorians.
Tom Cruise in it.
Ah, well, I had no idea they were different.
Totally.
God, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I would know, actually, I was actually debating going into a Scientology building and just like being, what's up? What's going on? Because like I hear so much shit about it. I don't want to join it. I just want to be like, what's really going on here?
Oh, they'll explain it to you while they go through your pockets.
Exactly, yeah.
That's true.
Totally. And then after really quick, I just want to talk. After I was Christian Scientist, when I moved out, I'm like, screw this. And I lived with a Wiccan couple and became full on like witch, and like went to like cauldron stuff and like coven-y stuff and
What?
Like,
Did
my-
any of the Wiccan stuff actually work? Like, I know that I have a friend that's Wiccan, and he's always like, oh, I've got to, there's more rules. Every religion has these weird rules.
They
And
do.
I know that there's a reason for every rule, but like he's talking about how, like if you're trying to cleanse a crystal, it has to be under a full moon, and it has to be with like clean dirt, and there's like weird
all that stuff, yeah.
and like spells and
What I
and-
can, there's totally spells. What I can say though is that when I lived with that couple, like I could put my hand over like a tree or like a flower, and I could feel this like cold air rushing out through my fingers, like the energy from the flower. I could feel energy and shit.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Was there crazy kinky devil sex? Nice.
Yeah.
He's
I guess
nodding.
Not devil, 'cause Wiccan, but Wiccan's not devil. But
No, they were pentacles, not
Yeah.
pentagrams. Yeah.
Oh, pentacles.
like an octopus.
I learned.
Like an octopus. Yeah.
I'm so narrow-minded. Like I think all Christian Scientists are Scientologists. All Wiccans
are devil
pentagrams
worshippers.
and not pentacles. And
Yeah.
monkey sex.
Yeah, Wiccan's just about energy and channeling energy and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
earth
not-
magic. It's all positive. Like
yeah,
everyone's
so-
super chill.
So like the god in Wicca is actually like the earth. And
Gaia.
Ah.
Maya. Gaia? Gaia.
You are
Maya.
Oh,
Maya's the
bad
Jewish
Wiccan.
mother.
You're a bad
I'm
Wiccan.
a bad Wiccan. I feel like I'm monopolizing speaking, but I did have a crazy, like, one day I was laying by the lake in Michigan when I was super Wiccan, and I had, like, a crazy, like, out-of-body, while in my body, mind experience. And all I know is it was crazy, and, like, I had this weird, I sound so dumb. I had this weird, like, psychic energy for, like, 2 weeks. Anyway, it was fun.
Go
I'm not
on. Okay, I
Wiccan.
want to hear about this psychic energy. What kind of, like you could like see through everything but lead or what?
Hey, look up in the sky.
Totally.
It's a bird.
I became Superman for, like, 2 weeks.
It's a plane.
Wow.
It's super Wiccan.
Super Wiccan.
like read people's minds or like
No, I had this like crazy kick of like adrenaline was like rushing through my body for like 2 weeks straight, and I was just like, life is super
to
positive.
see a
ah."
doctor if that's
I
what
know.
you
Were you on
I should
cocaine?
have, maybe, because I
Nice.
drank a lot of stuff that they gave me in a chalice.
Chalice. Oh my gosh.
Was
This
there-
is like Rosemary's Baby stuff.
I heard a
Did
chalice.
you meet Ruth Gordon?
I don't know who
Because
that
I
is.
love Ruth,
Ruth
Gordon.
Gordon. the
Ruth
mother in Any
Gordon.
Which Way But Loose.
Ruth-
Get dirty,
Freaking
No.
Gordon.
I don't know who
on
this
the
is.
Supreme
She's
Court.
in
You
Harlem.
know.
I know.
Lodge.
Ruth Gordon
Yeah,
on the
she
Supreme
was.
Court.
That's not
Nice.
Ruth
Ruth
Gordon
Bader.
Bader, yeah.
Ruth Gordon Bader Ginsington. Yeah.
Oh, she was the throw mama from the train lady, right? No.
Was she that mean lady in Goonies who tried to shove that kid's hand in the
she was in
blender?
Every Which Way
No.
But Loose. She, with the
That's a monkey.
orangutan.
She's
yeah, but
too
she was
nice
the
to be
mother.
that
she was
person.
Clint Eastwood's mother. She was in Harold and Maude. She was the woman that Harold wanted to get with.
Oh,
She
I know that
Yeah,
reference.
She
Yeah.
was Maud.
She was Maude. She was in Rosemary Baby.
Is she still around?
No, she's like 400 years old.
Wow.
Is she gone?
She has to be.
I want to
She's
IMDb
alive.
this now.
She's super Wiccan.
I only have
If
one
she's alive,
hand. This
she
is
should
so
call Neil,
hard.
and Neil's
Yeah.
number is
512-299-8807.
Awesome.
That's true.
I'm writing
no
a
lie.
text to Ruth
Reach-
Gordon right now. Hey
Look up in the
Ruth.
sky.
No.
Super Wiccan. I just want to do a whole
Mm-mm.
a whole long show about that, like just you being our superhero.
You know, the thing about Wiccans is they're super nice and
Super Wiccan.
Like-
but in Detroit, what was
They're
that?
Wiccan nice.
Yo, bro, you Wiccan nice. Thanks, man.
Are they like Mormons?
No, but they're super polygamous. Like they love to sleep around. At least the couple that I lived with did, and they all had mullets. This was outside of Detroit in
Whoa.
'99.
Wow.
So I don't know what's up.
Sort of like 80s.
Wow. Oh, I'm looking up Ruth Gordon. I'm still doing that. I'm terrible.
With Gordon Bader.
now. How many religions have special underwear? Is that just the Mormons, or
Do they have?
Jews have special underwear, kind of.
Oh, she is dead.
How
No.
was she born in like 1800? Like how old is she?
I just turned off my phone, man.
All
Here
right,
we
never
go.
mind.
Here we go. Yeah.
When was she born?
She was born 1896 and lived until 1985. That is amazing. 88 years old.
I was 10.
She was born in the 1800s, man.
Shit.
That's crazy.
1800s. Okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a scene about the Super Wiccan.
Dude, totally.
all right?
All right, just start one.
Down by the river, a Wiccan sleeps. Slightly upriver from this Wiccan is a nuclear plant with a small nuclear leak.
Hello? What? Owl, you know I'm trying to sleep. Thank you.
You've developed a new power. You can hear animals. Good
Owl?
job. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you've been laying by this creek for quite a long time, and
Yeah, man. I'm having a creek sleepover.
well, I feel like I gotta tell you something. I've been living in this tree for 30 years, and you see that nuclear plant over behind you?
Damn nuclear plant.
And you see that green liquid flowing down the creek there?
Oh, yeah. Always thought what that was the tree blood.
Tree blood sap, which is brown, but I'll give you that one. It's actually toxic waste, Wiccan, and yeah, I know you've been bathing skyclad, which is Wiccan for nude, and
Skyclad. I just learned something new about myself.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, owls are pretty wise. But what I gotta tell you is, I think that
Speak, owl, speak.
okay, I'm a little nervous. It's my first time speaking with a human.
I'll shake
and I-
your talon.
Oh, that
Feels
feels so
better.
good. Thank you.
It's like a human interaction.
It is. This is great. I just had a rat earlier. That's my cat.
Oh,
I have a cat up here.
cool.
Yeah, he's my
Wow.
power animal.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his name's Hootie.
Hootie.
Hootie, yeah.
Hey, Hootie.
He had a couple brothers,
my
but they
gosh.
all died. Guess what their name was?
What were their names?
The blowfish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, somebody help me. Somebody's trying to cut my mullet. No, not my mullet.
Mom. God, I'm trying to have a river sleepover, creek sleepover here.
I just wish somebody would help me. This evil man is threatening to cut my mullet and take away my Wiccan blood.
Dad, Stop it. Mom should have at least one day off every night, every week.
Well,
Thank you, dear. You are a hero.
well, no, she shouldn't. This is Dad, okay? She shouldn't have a night off. I'm gonna cut off her mullet.
No.
I don't like it when you speak to me that way.
If only somebody had
That's why-
superpowers.
Go and sleep by the river. And that's why I drink the green stuff in the river. And that's why I spread my wings and
Oh my
start
God.
flying
Oh my God, Jessica.
into the
Honey,
sky. I'm gonna smite you, Dad.
do it.
No.
You really are a super Wiccan.
Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of Jessica the Super Wiccan.
Scene.
Scene. End scene.
Your
Beautiful.
cat's a better improviser than I am.
Hey, what can you do?
Came in like right on cue.
Yeah.
He totally did.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, do you have any religious beliefs you want to share with us?
Oh man, I'm a recovering Catholic. I spent a lot of time in Catholic schools, and so I guess I should say I spent a lot of time getting kicked out of Catholic schools.
You still have any of the outfits?
What was that?
You still have the outfits?
No.
Oh,
Wouldn't you like to know?
well, yeah.
Well, no, I started going to public school when I was 8. And I don't think I learned anything new for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Good education, but man.
I don't think I've ever met a person that went to Catholic school that remained Catholic-y afterwards.
Well, that's because okay. All right. Here's the thing. Is if you read the Bible and you look at the stories in the Bible, it all sounds like bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I guess that's true of like most religions,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you're like, and then Jesus spoke through a burning bush.
You're
and
just
Right.
like,
handed
really?
him,
Yeah,
two
Jesus in that
stone-
burning bush.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It's been a lot of years.
Yeah.
I'm not young.
It was God, you shiksa.
Well, yeah, I guess if it were Jesus, you probably wouldn't know too much about it.
No.
No.
But I mean, like the stone tablets, and then the zombie Jesus coming back from the grave,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you know all the other stuff where you're like, okay,
Zombie
this
Jesus.
is pretty far out,
Sure.
pretty far out there.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you start being able to do deductive reasoning as a teenager, you're like, I call bullshit.
Totally.
Yeah.
I actually went to yeshiva, which is a Jewish equivalent of Catholic school, and I got kicked out as well.
Yeah. What'd you
But-
get kicked out for?
Smoking pot on the roof and feeling up the rabbi's daughter in a broom closet of a temple.
Oh, way to go,
And I
man.
shit you not, her name was Tefillah. Tefilliah.
You were
That's
just
awesome.
I was doing what I was told.
you were doing the Lord's work.
You're like a real life mashuga.
I am a
Okay,
meshuggah.
what's mashuga?
Like a
A mashuga is like, well, in the way I'm using it right now, it's like a badass. It's like
Ah.
probably like a bad person.
Like a Jewish bad
Like-
boy.
Like a bad person. Yeah. A
Okay.
mashuga. Mashuga, you can also mean like a grouch, like a cranky person. I don't have too much Yiddish language, so I
okay.
was like, you're a mashuga.
that was good. I liked it.
You're welcome.
Is mashugana a thing? Is that like
Meshuggah,
a female version
No,
of
you're
that?
meshuggah. It's like more like a pain in the ass or like
Yeah,
some
okay.
lazy.
You're a-
You're
yeah.
meshuggah.
Because I know I've heard that directed at me more than once.
Meshuggah? Yeah.
Oh, mashuga.
But I never knew what it meant.
If you're up to mishugas, that's like mishugas. That's like
What's like a lovely, endearing Jewish word? Because Meshuggah sounds angry like
They don't
me.
have
They don't
any
have
in the
any. Yeah.
Like bubbla.
bubbla.
Bubbla. That's like your
Oh,
well,
my
bubby
little-
means
my little
grandma, but
bubbla.
Bubbla means grandson, but like people, like my mom will say bubbla.
What's the equivalent of what's like babe? Hey, babe.
Babe. I think. No.
Schnackaluka.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bubbla.
There you go.
That's Swedish. I'm pretty sure that's an IKEA table.
It totally is, yeah. Totally is an IKEA table.
Wow.
That's awesome. Do you guys want to do a song?
Are we cutting to commercial?
Well, oh yeah. Hey, the podcast is cutting to a commercial now. And to play us to that commercial are the Pookies.
Yay!
Yay! Mal, can you grab that cup of water and scooch it over a snitch? Thanks, dude.
Snoocher.
And then you can take, if that'll reach, I hope that reaches. I didn't really, this isn't a recording studio, it's an apartment. So.
Shh, don't tell them. Sounds so professional.
You're wrecking
there.
the magic.
It'd be loud enough. It'll be loud enough.
It will be. Okay. Never mind.
This is a song about the Pookies. Often do songs about being in a relationship for a long time because HP and I have been together for 10 years, so most of them are about that. And here's one of those. How's this go? Our love life was a little bit boring.
I spent all my nights just listening to him snoring.
One day she had enough.
I decided it was time to get rough, so I went outside, went to the shed.
She got a few tools, then she nailed me to the bed.
He was scared, he wanted to flee.
But right before she beat the loving shit out of me, she said, "We got a safe word now.
We got a safe word now.
We got a safe word now."
Safe word now.
Well, she won't even pause when I scream out, "Thank God we got a safe word now."
During the day, I seem sweet and shy.
But during the night, she likes to wail on this guy.
It's okay, he don't really mind.
Because even when she gets a little bit out of line, we got the safe word now.
We got a safe word now.
We got a safe word now.
Safe word now.
Well, she won't even pause when I cry out, "Thank God we got a safe word now."
My body is slight, but not so my might.
I know better than to put up a fight.
If he doesn't clear the table real fast.
Well, I know tonight will be a pain in my ass.
We got a safe word now.
I'm pretty sure it was pickles.
Safe word now.
Well, that didn't tickle. Well, she won't even pause, and I'm crying. I hope I remember that damn safe word now.
I hope he forgets the safe word now.
Thank God we got a safe word now. Safe word.
Oh my goodness, that was the bestest.
That was so good.
How did you guys figure out that you? I mean, were you both You're both musical, and you just kind of figured that out. And
Well, that's
started
how we
playing
met.
together. Oh,
I was actually hosting a songwriter night down in Austin, Texas, and she showed up one day and I was like, "Oh, you want to be in my songwriter night? I'll think about it." And she was like, "That guy's a dick." And I asked her on a picnic, and she was like, "Hell no, I'm not going on a picnic with you." And then 10 years later, that's exactly how it went
That
down.
is not exactly how it went down, but
It's pretty
you know,
close.
but pretty close.
why did you change your mind, Heather?
You're looking at it.
Why did you change your mind?
I got to know him and realized he's pretty sweet. You know, these things happen sometimes.
Shit happens.
Well, I wanted him to, you know, book me for my musical talent.
So I booked her.
Yeah. Not because we were dating.
It's true.
It was valid.
But as you can tell, she sings like an angel, so it was just a matter of time before.
That's sweet.
Actually, we've been together 10 years, and we've never been in a band together. I was in a band in Austin, and she was in a band in Austin, and she would occasionally do some of my songs, but we never actually did a project together till we came here and got really bored.
It's true.
That's awesome. It's cool just to like create content and just
Yeah.
create stuff.
And yeah, we have stuff to sing about. We've been together so long. It's just funny singing about like being a couple for a long time and trying to make things interesting. So it just this stuff just writes itself. So
Well, I think it's catchy because like it's fucked up. Like,
after Elizabeth did her last show, and she said, "Can I just say how adorable and ultimately disturbing Neil's songs are?"
mhm.
That's true. And Heather, your voice is so it's very sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
It's got a Gracie Allen quality to it. 'Cause you hear he's singing about safe words.
It's so good.
I've been very fortunate in my life to have some very sweet people sing some fucked up things that I've written, and Heather's just the last in a long line.
It's true.
Thanks, babe.
Do you guys have gigs or anything coming up? Are you doing any like actual like
No,
tonight featuring the Pookies with nothing else, just you guys pooking your stuff?
not yet. We've done a couple of things recently, but I'm trying to write some new songs and probably gonna do some open mics, maybe pick up a gig here and there, but we got nothing. But if you go to zimandpoo.bandcamp.com or you want to hit us up, we're open.
Hey.
And Molly is gonna be our hype man. She's just gonna be hey.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
You
I'm just gonna come and I'll just be like, hey. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
Hey,
I really enjoyed that.
Sarah, I wanted to talk to you. I brought you into my office because I need to talk to you about your hyping skills for the local band scene have been
Yeah.
they've been a little bad. We haven't been
Oh.
getting a lot of good reviews, and this is really uncomfortable. I've never had to fire anyone before.
Do you want some help on this, Chad?
Oh, please, thank God, Gary.
All right.
Fuck,
all right.
so thank God.
What?
You're being fired! Fired!
Oh my
Fired!
God.
You know what's happening Sunday? Not you! Fired!
Oh my God.
I'm
That's
so sorry.
Really awful.
That was really good, but it was also really intense.
So, well, Chad, I mean, one of us has to step up and do this. Otherwise, we're going to have an office full of people
You
who
know
just
what
can't do the job.
It's okay if this is the way you guys feel. I mean,
Sarah-
I Twitter, I Instagram, I say hey all the time.
Oh
Which
my
is what you
God.
only do. That's all you
And
say. That's
if
it.
you don't want me here, then that is okay. And
Hold
that
on,
is-
Sarah.
That's who you are, and I respect that. And I'm just gonna go clean out my desk.
Your last paycheck will be by the door.
And I don't even really have much at my desk. Like, I have my cell phone.
Gary from security will escort you out.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Toots. You ready?
We've instated a new policy here. Whenever someone quits, they have to fight the security guard on the way out.
Yeah, but it's okay.
And if you win, you get to keep your job.
What?
But you need to come up with a better repertoire
Oh my
than
God.
just saying, hey, every time you go up on stage.
I can't hit a woman.
Excuse me? You can't hit a what?
Gary, you've got a gun.
Good point. But no, my mom is a Jewish princess, and she would never allow me to hurt
Wait,
a woman.
can you go into that for a minute?
She's a princess of Jewish land.
What is that like? How did she gain that?
It's kind of like Philadelphia.
Oh.
Princess of the Jews.
Yeah, exactly. So one day she went to Jewish land, and she was the most fairest Jew of them all. So she married Prince Jewy, and now she's the princess of Jewy land.
Chewbacca.
That's their dog's name. But my mom would never forgive me if I hurt such a lovely lady.
Jordan, if you ever touch this young woman or any young woman, I'm gonna come down from heaven and smack you on the back of your head.
Did you guys hear that? The guilt is palpable.
Hey,
Anyway, I can't hurt this shiksa here. It just wouldn't work.
let me
Well,
I
hashtag feminist, hashtag
hashtag
my fist, hashtag your face, hashtag punch. So
Sarah, there's got to be more hype to it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to fight to stay here, we need your best hype shot.
this is like how I hype. Like, I live in
Oh my God,
Seattle.
I'm
like, this
falling
is what I
asleep.
do. This is what I talk.
It is a little boring.
Sarah, we had she and him on stage
Oh my
last
God,
week,
I
and they're
love
super mellow.
them.
And when you came out and introduced them, everyone started crying in the audience. Someone actually pulled out their parakeet, their lucky parakeet, and snapped its neck, and then emptied their bank accounts. That's how depressing you are, Sarah.
Yeah, I saw a guy turn down some Starbucks.
Are you serious?
I did.
Yeah. And it's been happening. And I did your dad a favor when we met on the golf course. I thought we would give you a chance, but you know what? I'm going to let my cohort take it. He's doing a really good job at letting you go.
Fired! Get out!
I think it's best that you go.
Hashtag wow. And goodbye, I guess. This is how I am. This is how I talk. I talk in this lilting way, and you have to accept me for me. Like,
Nope.
Nope. Nope, pound feminist.
Hashtag canned.
I
I
accept.
said pound
accept
instead
you.
of hashtag. That's how old I am. I'm
you,
sorry.
You do, security man Jordan?
I do. Do you want to go to Jewish land with me and meet my mom?
Hashtag okay.
Awesome. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
That happened. And scene.
And
Scene.
scene.
It's my favorite part. It's my favorite.
You're gonna edit this, right? It's not gonna be like 45 hours of me talking about Jews.
I haven't found a single thing to cut yet.
In the beginning, there was Adam and Moishe.
I lived with when I first moved to Seattle in I think it was 2000, near the end of 2000, and I walked downtown one day just looking for a job. I moved up here with like $200. I lived in a basement apartment in Greenwood. It was like $100 a month. There was rat poo everywhere. It was
Wow.
But I was like, I'm out. I'm free. And I was just walking around downtown putting applications, and I put an application in at like Tully's, back when Tully's was a bigger deal downtown, and I got a job as a barista down there. And one of the dudes that came into work, his name was Adam, and we like hit it off right away and became super close. And eventually we like moved in together, and his other friend moved in, and they were super Jewish, like hardcore Jewish. But we were also big time potheads because we worked at a coffee shop. Yeah. I mean, come on. And so
Gonna
they would be
happen.
super Jewy. That's really offensive. They'd be super Jewish, which is somehow
Jew
fine
up the place.
when they were not stoned. But the minute they were stoned, they were like bacon. They were like doing everything anti-Jewish.
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, everything. And then they'd feel super guilty when they were done.
So you're saying
It's part of
that
the
like
experience.
pot is like the anti-Jew drug.
Yeah.
It's Jew kryptonite.
I.
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny because when I get high, which is pretty regularly, I'm just as un-Jewish as I am all the time.
Normally.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Do you guys do drugs?
What? Oh my god.
Just meth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just
I find
sweet, sweet meth.
I know.
Sweet.
I've lost 10 pounds in tooth weight in the last month.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of teeth.
Speaking of meth, you know what I don't like about people
What?
in general? They're all fucking baldest. So I'm bald and have a goatee. And the meth guy from the TV show that I've never seen, everybody's like, "Hey, you're Walter White."
White.
Heisenberg.
Yeah, that guy. Like everybody's like, "Hey, you're bald and you have a goatee." Like people stop me to take pictures with me because I'm bald with a goatee and I have glasses. I don't look anything
Speaking
like-
of, can I get a pic of you?
You totally can.
I
Fucking hate you.
my hair grows like super turbo fast because I'm half Polish and half Scottish. I get my hair cut and like 2 weeks
Aw.
later it's like super crazy bushy, and I'm thinking about just shaving it, but I have a really big weird shaped head, so I'm like, no. I'm just sick of paying for haircuts, dude.
What? No,
40
that makes
$40
sense.
bucks to have some.
You should get a Flowbee.
You
Have
40
remember
bucks?
The Flowbee?
Well, I go to
That's
the
like a women's haircut.
Girl, I go to Regis Salon at Alderwood Mall.
Oh, so you would look down your nose at my Flowbee.
It takes a lot of product. to-
Flowbee.
Yeah.
to
I don't even know what a
Flowbee.
Flowbee
It's like a
is.
self-hair thingy.
Yeah,
Is that like a
it's-
suck cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, you attach it to your vacuum cleaner, and then you cut your hair with it. You turn your vacuum on, and it sucks the hair down the hose.
Are you
and then
serious?
I'm dead serious.
This
it was
is
one
a
of those
thing?
late night. Yeah, it's like one of those late night TV
Infomercials.
infomercial things. Yeah, they got the Flowbee, or where's some of the other things
God.
that were like late night
Oh,
infomercials?
there's so many. The fucking oils. From Arrested Development. What was the thing that they were trying to sell and burned down their house? Oh man.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
There's
that
all
kind
sorts
like,
of shit.
yeah,
As seen on
these-
TV aisle. at
But it was
Walmart.
like around the same time that they did like K-Tel records and stuff. So that tells you how old I am.
Oh, the
Mhm.
Ginsu.
The Ginsu knife, you can cut through a shoe.
Ginsus are
Oh,
really
yeah.
shitty knives.
If you
I
need
just
half
found
a
that
shoe,
out.
though, it's pretty good.
Yeah, if you need to cut your shoes in half.
Or cut pennies,
Yeah.
you know,
Once.
like right in half.
Hey,
yeah,
why-
once.
Why
Yeah.
is it all going to come back to cutting pennies? Is this a Jewish thing?
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're Jewy too.
I used to sell vacuum cleaners in Detroit.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How'd that work out?
Sounds like a joke.
This could be my stand-up. Hey, thanks for coming out.
How was it? It
It
sucked.
sucked.
It sucked. Oh.
Hey. Hey.
What kind of vacuum cleaners did you sell?
Kirby's.
Lady
Yeah,
Kenmore's.
and what were the fabulous features of a Kirby? Why would I want to buy a Kirby as opposed to like a Dyson? Or
Dyson. Well, the Dyson didn't exist back then, so
it
that
would
was
be hard
nice.
To get. Yeah.
Our biggest competitor was Rainbow, which was like a steam cleaning vacuum.
I
But the
remember
bad part is
Rainbow.
I would have to go door to door in downtown Detroit.
Nice.
A lot of couples were like bankrupt, and so I was like, "You want to buy this $1,200 vacuum?" And they're like, "No."
Was this after like the automobile thing?
No,
like
this
the
when
Roger and
Detroit's
me?
always sucked. It was Detroit's always sucked. It was
Sorry, Detroit listeners.
Yeah, sorry, Detroit listeners.
Not you. We're cool.
But one of the things we do to like seal the deal at the very end is we would take the vacuum and we would vacuum over like a penny, and it would chop the penny in half, like the blades inside, and
Oh
it
my
would shoot
God.
in this little thing and be like, "That's how powerful it is." And I felt really bad because a lot of bankrupt couples were like, "Okay, we'll do monthly payments," and I'm like,
No.
Were they
Why
like-
would you want to cut a penny? Why would you want your vacuum
yeah.
capable of killing you?
Cut your
Well,
toe.
because it's like
What
just,
if it
it was like
became
none of it was like
self-aware?
plastic.
What if
Totally,
your
dude.
vacuum became self-aware and started chopping you in half?
Well, I know. I mean, because clearly, if it's cutting a penny in half, there's something in there that's sharp enough to fuck you up.
Yeah, like
Totally,
roll it
yeah,
over your
that's true.
foot.
Did
That's
you ever?
very true.
Did you ever look inside of the?
All I know is it was like almost completely made out of like every component was metal. So like you could suck up anything and it would make it through.
Terrifying.
Not alive.
Yeah.
Let's do a scene about a vacuum that becomes self-aware.
I was just gonna start a scene about like going to a starving village in Africa and trying to sell them some.
Do it.
No, you ruined it. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello,
Hello.
I am here with this special new invention. It is
I am Kirby.
Oh,
the Kirby.
I'm sure your invention is fascinating, but my son here hasn't eaten in 3 days.
I am coming in.
Do not close the door. Please invite us in.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have any extra money. Oh my
I
god.
am in.
Is this thing safe?
It is very safe. You can leave your children with it if you like.
I have
Free
knives.
babysitting.
Oh my god!
Yay.
It just cut a penny in half with its toenail. Is that
Yes.
safe?
It is very safe.
Uh,
Say the words, the poem that you know.
Purim?
Kirby?
It's a Jewish robot. Purim?
The poem.
Oh, okay.
Not a poem.
I'm really
This
nervous.
is my accent.
Oh, it's a wonderful accent.
Thank you.
But I don't have any money.
I am Kirby. I am here. You will pay for me 12 times a year.
Oh
I
my
will suck
God.
around your house.
Well,
I will even suck your blouse. Yay!
what?
I just finished the
This
poem.
is the only blouse.
It's just collaborative poem.
This is the only blouse that I have. I don't have any.
Blouse.
Look,
Blouse
it sucks it
acquired.
right off.
Now,
Beautiful.
Boss.
Okay,
Now
now,
I'm
you ready?
now I'm skyclad.
You are skyclad.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Jonathan, wait, would you please come down? See my son, he's 6'3" and weighs
Hey.
45 pounds.
guys, how are you?
He hasn't eaten in literally 3
Very
days.
nice boy.
Jonathan, come closer to Kirby.
Don't be Jonathan, be careful. She can cut a penny in half.
Someone's speaking to me.
Jonathan acquired.
Bye,
Jon-
Jonathan. Have a good day.
I pay.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty,
No,
kitty.
no. I'll pay. I'll pay. How much am I? Not the cat. That's my totem cat.
It is 12 payments.
Okay.
The 199.
Oh my dollars?
Yes.
Okay. I think I could maybe have another vein I
Oh,
could
thank you.
tap into.
Kirby requires blood.
Well, you heard it. Give it your
Okay.
blood.
Okay.
Here's your
No,
blood.
not my cat. Here. Hey, here's the blood. Take it, Kirby.
Cat acquired.
Hey, it's very fun, huh? You have good time.
I'm still alive down here, my
Oh my God. I'm skyclad. I'm sunless. I'm catless, and I have a killer robot that I have to pay blood for.
Which room belongs to Kirby?
Any?
You have a friend.
Haven't you noticed, Kirby? This is a one-room shack.
Kirby does not live in poverty. Let us move on.
Kirby.
Wait, but Kirby,
Kirby,
maybe
take
you can
pity on this man.
get food. You could hunt food.
Kirby currently full of Jonathan and Kat. Kirby demands mansion. Moving on.
Wow.
Can I have my blood back?
Well, no. Once Kirby eats it, it is gone.
This is
I'm
where we
sorry.
break into the musical version of this particular scene.
Yes. Well, I came into your house
Kirby.
with my friend Kirby,
Kirby.
and we turned your life around.
Kirby sucks.
And we like to eat your family.
Like me.
We like to eat your cat and tree.
Meow.
Yeah.
I lost my job 3 weeks ago. My son wanted food, but I said, Jonathan, no, we don't have it. And the cat just ate the last piece of me.
Kirby thinks your priorities are misplaced.
Then Kirby came here right off the street and killed my family.
But he was pretty neat.
Meat.
And scene. That was beautiful and fucked up. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right.
It's sort of like that iRobot vacuum that just goes around your house and tortures your cats.
Oh, a
Totally.
Roomba.
Roomba,
yeah. The Roomba, yeah, that was it.
They're heavy. I
Are
picked
they?
one up one day.
Really?
Yeah.
My friend had one of those.
Good story.
$500.
Thanks.
I work with a bunch of teenagers, and I keep threatening to replace them with Roombas. Like
Do
just
it.
they'll come in and they'll be like Roombas with their name tags on it, going.
Do you teach them puppets? Is that what you work with them? Is it a puppet thing or?
Oh no! I manage a movie theater.
Ah.
It's my day job, yeah.
Which
So-
one?
The Crest Theater up in Shoreline.
What?
Crest?
What?
Is it a good theater?
Cheap.
Oh, it's cheap. Nice.
Yeah, it's a
Where-
$4 theater.
I
It's
can't
Where
go
is
to
it?
movies.
Where's it located?
165th and 5th Northeast up
I
in
don't know
Shoreline.
roads. What are landmarks?
7-Eleven.
There's like a broken.
No, the
Tire.
There's a
Shoreline
homeless
Library.
guy.
There's it's kind of halfway between Northgate and Costco. You're
Okay.
right. You know
yeah,
where
yeah.
Costco
No, I know.
is.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
It's
go
called
to.
what's it called?
It's called
The
the Crest
Crest.
Theater.
Dude, I'm totally gonna go. Do you guys show like old movies, or do you show new movies?
Like-
We show movies that are just like a heartbeat away from being on DVD.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to run one of those someday.
I actually cannot go to movies anymore because I've gotten so anxious about people talking. Like at the second I go into a movie theater and somebody behind me starts talking, I turn into a 95-year-old Jewish man. I get so pissed. I hate movies. I can't go to them. I love them at home, but I can't go to the theater.
It's weird. It's weird to be up on the projection booth, looking down at a theater at an auditorium, because all through the credits and stuff, everybody has their phone out, so the whole theater is like backlit
Mm-hmm.
with. Yeah, I just want a scrambler up there,
Totally.
or something that can text everybody at the same time.
Have like a
Like
little
just hit every
EMP button.
Yeah,
That'll
EMP.
just destroy everyone's phones or something.
Well,
the Sentinels will fall out of the sky.
Totally. X-Men reference.
well, we got
Got it.
spoiled on theaters because in Austin, where we lived for 13 years, there's a theater called the Alamo Draft House. It's a chain, and if you talk, they kick your ass out, and you don't get any money. So nobody talks there. They bring you
I've heard about
beer.
that, yeah.
It's the best fucking
That
theater
sounds like
ever.
heaven.
It is it ruined movies for us, or for me.
Hey, it's time to go to another commercial.
Oh yay!
You guys want to play another song?
Yeah, we do.
Pookies.
Pookies.
Hey.
So this song. We sing songs about being a couple for a long time, but this one is actually about what it was like when we first met.
Aww.
There's a thing that most people do, where the first thing you do when you meet somebody you might like is talk about all the people you're allowed to sleep with if they happen to show up. So,
Clive Owen's on my list.
I know.
When you give your love to a new one, you often make a list of celebrities you could sleep with if they are down with it. Though it seems like the kind of thing college drunkards do, my number one is here tonight, ready to make my dreams come true. But I won't blow a good thing, even if I want to, 'cause Morgan Freeman couldn't give me half the love that you do. Even though you and I agree, he and I could have a fling. You mean too much to me to blow a good thing.
Yeah, we sat in a circle. You rattled off some guys. They were all quite different than me, babe. I was a little surprised. The more flowed the booze, the more so flowed the truth. You listed off a dude, and well then I did too, but I won't blow a good thing, even if I want to, 'cause Chris Christopherson couldn't give me half the love that you do. And even though you and I agreed, me and Chris could do this thing. You mean too much to me to blow a good thing, yeah. I like my man to look like he could build them all with a Swiss Army knife. And though our love life's slacking, and I hear Chris is packing, I won't blow a good thing, even if I want to. No older man could ever give me half the love that you do. Even though you and I agree, he and I could have a fling. You mean too much to me to blow a good thing. I won't blow a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clap, 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 clap. Because I'm holding a mic. I can't clap.
I would sleep with 70s Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Totally.
I actually met. This is really weird. Like we had been going out for a little while, and I was a stage manager at the Austin Music Awards.
You
and
were
Chris
what?
Christopherson. I was a stage manager at the Austin Music Awards, and Chris Christopherson was a guest. And the woman running it knew he was my man crush, so she allowed me to be his valet. And I was
Is that
in
a euphemism?
Yeah, exactly. Well, so I was in this room, and it had been a dressing room like 40 years ago, and there's a toilet that probably had not been used literally since like Benny Hill was on the air. And Chris just comes in, kind of turns around, just starts peeing, and I'm like texting everyone I know, I'm watching Chris pee. It's great. But I didn't see the goods. I just saw his back. I didn't even try to jump up and look over because then it got too real. But I was very stoked.
Have you guys had any awkward interactions with celebrities?
I shook Bill Clinton's hand
What?
before.
Had he washed it first?
I know.
Could be
I
awkward.
didn't know any better. I was like 8 years old at a rodeo.
Perfect.
At a rodeo?
Yeah. And he had cowboy boots on.
Were you in Arkansas?
What?
In Little Rock?
No, we were. Where the hell were we? I don't even know. Probably like Wyoming or
Was
some
it a good
shit.
handshake? Was it a presidential handshake?
As I remember. I mean, he seemed like a really nice guy to me. I was just like,
He seems really nice.
hi, President.
Did he offer you a cigar?
No, I was 8.
Did he offer you a drink? No.
Yeah, that would have been.
Did he play the
That would have been
saxophone?
okay.
Did he play the
No.
saxophone at the rodeo?
Does he play saxophone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like the cool president who
What?
plays saxophone. That's his thing.
I'm learning more about Bill Clinton
I was
every
listening
day.
to my Lil Wayne channel at work today because I have an office that I can shut the door, and like I'm listening to it, I'm like, yeah, and then like the hook came up, and there's like saxophone in the background. And I realized like the more I listen to it, like songs, saxophones make everything really good. Like even really crappy songs having a saxophone in there.
It's true.
What about you, Elizabeth? Any famous people? Awkward interactions.
I was on Let's Make a Deal.
No, you weren't.
I was. I went
Weren't
on a
you
trip to the
carrying?
Bahamas. No,
Oh my
with
God.
Wayne Brady.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was
serious?
dressed like a taco. I'm not even making that up.
How could you?
Can I see it online?
Probably. Jay Hitt was with me for that taping, but we went down and yeah, it was kind of cool. So came down and had to pick a box or something that had shoes next to it. I had to pick a box based on what kind of shoes were sitting next to it. So I won the trip to the Bahamas, and I remember I turned around and I screamed, and I realized I was right next to his ear. So I'm like screaming, but I just won a trip to the Bahamas. So
Totally.
yeah, I'm dressed like a taco, jumping up and down.
Was it legitimate? Like you got plane tickets? Was it like a hassle? Were you able to get everything? Did everything work out fine?
Yeah, we actually went in the off season, and so the plane tickets and everything were arranged through the Let's Make a Deal people, I guess, and the hotel accommodations and everything. And we went during the off season, and we were like it's a huge resort in the Bahamas, and like huge, like hundreds of rooms, and we were one of like 8 people at the resort.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we went and took a boat out and stole lobsters out of somebody's trap.
That's awesome. Were you wearing your taco costume the whole time?
The whole time, yes. That
That
was
would've been
part of the deal. I had to remain a taco.
That's awesome. Do you have time, Molly, or do you have to go?
I'm sorry. I'm figuring out my ride to another place on the radio.
Are you cheating on this with another podcast?
I'm cheating on you all.
Aw.
I'm sorry.
At least it's an honest and open relationship.
It's really open and really honest.
We're gonna need to see other podcasts.
Other
I'm really
podcasts.
I
Sorry.
need to see.
What was Jay
Yeah.
wearing at Let's Make a Deal?
Jay was dressed up like a keg of beer.
That's
Was
awesome.
he jealous that you got called and he didn't?
I don't think so. He was pretty happy for it. They kept panning to him because they kept looking at him to check in. Because Wayne Brady started offering me money, like for to buy the gift thing, not to like do anything creepy.
Wayne Brady. Did he know you were an improviser?
No.
Oh, wow.
But they do this pre-interview thing where they have everybody in the audience kind of go through and they check and make sure your costume is
Appropriate.
Oh,
You don't have a
You
Baby.
guys,
No.
it's been so nice.
Bye, Molly
I hope
Tollefson.
next time I can stay a little longer and this will
Totally.
be like really
Aw.
nice. But you guys are like lovely.
You're
Aw,
lovely.
you're
And-
lovely.
I just like y'all a lot. So
Thanks, dude.
take care.
Have fun at whatever you're going to next.
Kisses.
Aw.
Kisses.
Bye, Jew.
mic drop.
Go Jew it up.
Hey.
But yeah, they do this pre-interview thing with you where everybody kind of goes in and talks to the producers because they want to pick people that are going to be, I guess, stupid entertaining kind of.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was actually my second time being on Let's Make a Deal. The first time I went down with Colin Smith, and he got picked because he's more stupid entertaining than I am. Went down with Jay, and I got picked because I was dumber than Jay.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun though.
That's
and
hard.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait, what's Let's Make a Deal? I know it's a game show, but how long ago was it on?
It's
Is it
still on. Yeah, it's still on.
That's funny. We actually have a song that references that show, but with Monty Hall. We go way back.
Oh, you guys want to play that as
old
your last
school.
song?
Yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah, you know.
Or do you have another one lined up you want to play?
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even. I forgot that we totally referenced that show.
So I screamed in Wayne Brady's ear.
Nice. Did he sing?
When I screamed in his ear?
Oh.
No.
Dude, Wayne Brady is...
He was my favorite of the bunch.
It's funny.
Is he on your list of celebrities that you can sleep with?
I'd sleep with Wayne Brady. I have
I
this...
think everybody would.
Yeah,
I would
well-
sleep... It's my list of people I would sleep with are
along.
Clive Owen is so sexy, and I'm totally straight, but I
Owen.
would sleep
Oh
with Clive
God, I was
Owen in
thinking
a
Clive
heartbeat.
Barker.
I would sleep with Clive
What?
Barker. I think
No sense.
because it would be interesting. Because if
It
you
would
sleep
be.
with Clive Barker, like shit would drum.
Is he the horror movie director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he'd
That's
wear
why I
like
was
a
confused.
pinhead mask. It would
Hey,
be
Clive,
interesting.
come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Clive Barker, and then for the longest time, when I was Clive Barker, fucking A.
Who's Clive Owen?
Huh?
Clive Owen is he played. Have you seen Sin City 1, the first Sin City?
Yes.
Do you know like the guy who was the boyfriend of what's her face? I'll just pull up a picture on my phone.
Okay, that's fine. You can show
He's a
you-
handsome man.
You can cut this part out too.
Totally. I'm not going to though.
I like lumberjack, like lumbersexual guys. That's a thing. Did you know that's a thing now? Lumbersexual, like
Pa-
bears.
like
like
Kelsey would kind of be like that if he had a flannel.
Packing wood.
Yeah, no, packing wood. But if you got the beard and you got the flannel, Kelsey throws on a flannel. He could be lumbar sexual.
That's Clive Owen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you do him?
I don't know. He's no Chris Christopherson, but
Right?
I would do the Chris Christopherson from Blade.
Yeah. No, oh yeah, yeah. No, Chris Christopherson was really hot in the 70s and 80s. When I met him, he was actually a little goofy, and I kind of like killed my heart on for him. I was like, I don't want to do it with a demented old man. And feel
Ryan
kinda bad.
Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is
He's
number
a
one on my
good-looking
list.
guy.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Mhm.
Let's see, if I was a younger, more relevant person, who would I go for? I don't know. Maybe Jon Stewart.
Mm.
Oh,
He's
that's-
shorter than me. I like to feel dominant.
you could introduce him to your mom too.
Totally.
Yeah, it might be a mother thing.
That's awesome.
Who's on your list, Heather? Besides Morgan Freeman.
So can I tell the story? When we first that song was actually written about an actual event where we were talking about our lists, and every one of Heather's people was a black person. So it's like
Awesome.
Denzel. It's like Denzel Washington,
You
the
exaggerate.
guy from Ally McBeal. I don't know if Denzel. So then we were all like Bill Cosby, Red Fox. Like we just added
Bill Cosby, yeah. I
Yeah, we
was gonna
just,
say.
this is
No.
back before
No,
we knew
no,
what we
no.
knew.
Yeah.
No, but I did not say Bill Cosby
No, but you
or
said-
Bernie Mac or
You
any
said
of those.
the guy from Ally McBeal. Like they were all black, and I
There were
was
just a
like,
couple
No, they,
African
I would
American
sleep
gentlemen.
with Idris Elba.
I don't know who that is.
He played the gatekeeper on Thor, and he was in The Wire.
Oh, okay.
Who was in The Wire?
God, he'd split you in half.
He would. Dude, he would.
Most people would.
You have to be. You have to be careful.
Yeah. Truth.
So who's on your list, Pookie?
I don't know. I need to update my list. I need to think about it. Yeah, I need an updated list.
Clark
actually.
Gable.
Haven't done it in a while. I mean, younger Sean Connery. You know.
Cheryl, I brought you in today. We, as a company, you know that one of our policies we started instating a couple years ago was that we loved our employees to write down their list of people that they would, have sex with if they ever had the chance.
Yes, I know. I turned my list in when I was first hired.
I know, and well, you haven't updated in a couple years, and I think that there are quite a bit more suitable folks that you could put down there. This is a normal HR conversation. So
I know. I feel loyal to the people that I wrote down. I feel like I can't really give up on them.
well, let me look at this list here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking at it, and maybe when I'm done. Sorry, that's the office cat.
I
Yeah,
know.
He gets around. He doesn't sleep around. He just gets around the office a lot.
He said
No,
Garfield
I-
was number one on his list in his application.
That's true. That's my intern, Steve.
Hi.
So first thing on the list here, you've got Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
Now he's been dead for over 100 years.
Yes. But I feel like I owe him a lot. He freed the slaves, you know.
He was honest. She's right.
He was honest. He wasn't like cherry tree honest like
No.
George, but he had that stovepipe hat, which is kind of hot when
It
you
is
think.
attractive.
Yeah, cause
Had a
Yeah.
beard.
and-
Nice beard.
and- right. And as the great liberator, I think that he could probably liberate quite a bit, and I would like to keep him on my list.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna be straight with you, Cheryl.
For a
Okay.
change.
The writing staff here at Teeny Bop Magazine, we like to be more fresh. We were going to publish everyone's stats on the next issue of the
But
magazine. The
look at
anniversary.
the next person on my list. That's pretty fresh. That's a new face. That's
Franklin Roosevelt.
yeah.
No one even knows who
here's-
that is anymore.
Here's a new deal.
See, I don't even know what that means, and I'm like
Oh.
50.
Was he the Rough Rider guy?
Well, yeah. I mean, the teddy bear was named after him. Kids like teddy bears, right? See, he's a Rough Rider.
Okay, that's a little sexy.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. He had that mustache.
He did. Yeah, mustaches are coming back.
I felt bad because he never made it onto a denomination of money, and so I felt like I needed to fuck him for that.
She has a point.
I can understand that.
Who's this next person on your list? Peter Lorre? Who's that? Peter Lorre?
Peter Lorre. Yeah, I really like bug-eyed guys. And if the eyes are not looking in the same direction, it makes me feel like he's multifaceted.
Mm,
And so he can be looking at me and keeping an eye on the time.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm going to breeze through these next couple here,
Okay.
and then we're going to have you pick at least one new person that we can publish.
All right,
At least
all
somebody
right.
alive.
You've got the guy who played Columbo.
Uh-huh. He just has one more thing.
And underneath that,
Yeah.
I can't even read this. It's a little illegible. It looks like, what is it?
Oh, well, that's Mr. Rogers.
Oh, my God.
I want him to be my neighbor. There's a lot that trolley could do. Do you ever watch that thing go in and out of that tunnel to make believe land?
Yeah, I
Holy
grew up
cow.
watching it. That's a little inappropriate, Cheryl.
No, it's not. He wants to be my neighbor, and I want to be his.
Do you realize that every single person you put on your list is dead? You can't have sex with any of them, Cheryl. That's the point. They're all dead.
I can too. All I really need is a shovel and a flashlight.
Oh, my God.
No, I mean I wouldn't, but I'm saying that
You
it's
technically could.
well, I could.
gonna
I
give you that.
wouldn't. I wouldn't because that is gross and certainly not what Teen Bop is about.
Well, the fact you don't even know the name of the magazine is
Well,
going to be another discussion. Cheryl, Teeny Bop Magazine.
Teen Bop. Yes, I know. I've been so busy working on the last article that you gave me to write, and quite frankly, I think that I'm almost done with how to decorate your locker.
Whose pictures would you put in your locker?
That's a good question, Steve. Yeah.
Whose picture would I put in my locker?
Yeah,
If I
because
had
we're going to do a
locker?
mock-up of the locker right next to your article and the masthead. That's because that's part of the magazine. And then in the locker, name a couple pictures you'd put in there.
Well, my job, I have the feeling my job depends on naming the right person. This is a lot of pressure.
It actually does.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got his firing shirt on.
Well, the One Direction kids would
Good
be in there,
answer.
and they would all be facing the same direction.
Very good answer.
Right.
I just got a proof from the print department with what you actually chose.
Oh, crap.
And you do have the One Direction children on there, which
Ye-
is perfect.
But frankly, it makes me feel a little creepy too. But
I understand that. I know. There's a picture of Michael Landon on there.
I know. Check out that hair.
It was good.
Nobody had a pompadour quite like that.
Hey, Little House on Her Prairie. Know what I'm
I
saying?
know. Highway to my heaven.
Yeah.
Mm,
He's
little
dead too, though.
inappropriate for the HR department, but
Oh. Sorry.
look, Cheryl, I'm gonna give you another chance, okay? I
How about
like you.
how about Bieber? You like him? You want to break off a piece of the Justin, the J Dog?
I'm not a fan of the Biebs, and that is
you
because
can't say that at Teeny Bop Magazine.
Oh, well, only because I wouldn't want to deprive our readers of their opportunity to become Mrs. Bieber.
Ah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, he is just. Was that Kanye that discovered him?
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah.
Kane.
Kane West.
Kane West.
Kanye.
Kane.
Yeah.
Is the Y silent?
It's Kane West.
Kane West.
Yeah. They discovered him. And Jay's.
Jay's.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't think. I don't think that he should have been discovered because the young man has a hard time with authority.
See, that doesn't matter at all. The little soliloquy you just stated has no bearing on our magazine, on our readership, on the people that read our magazines.
Bad boys sell papers.
But I have a bad boy on my list.
Okay, who?
Look right down here. James Dean.
Oh my God.
The porn star?
No, the dude who died in the
No.
car wreck.
Oh.
He was
See-
in Giant with Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, the porn
Rebel with-
star. The
Rebel
giant.
Without a Cause.
Rebel Without a Cause. What station is that on? Is that on the CW?
Oh God. I'm gonna have to reevaluate your internship here. Actually, as well. Look, Cheryl, we hired you as an equal opportunity employee. You were working in a nursing home until you fell into the vat of ravioli and burned your face. And
It's true. It's been a very transformative year.
we wanted to be diverse and hire someone who was a bit older, but I think that instead of firing you, what I'm going to do is start a new magazine called Granny Bop, and I would like you to take over as chief editor. Yeah.
I would be honored.
The first article could be if you had a shovel.
And a flashlight.
You know what? That's Cheryl's decision to make, actually. You're going to stay my intern.
Okay, good.
And Cheryl, I best of luck to you. We're going to publish your locker article.
And
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored. I won't let you down. Granny Bop will be the best large print magazine around.
Awesome. And see.
it comes with a free
The-
package of Metamucil.
Yeah, the shovel and the flashlight thing, that was a Andy Kaufman joke.
Was it?
Yeah, it was what was his alter ego?
Oh,
Tony.
I know exactly.
Yeah, but he was up after Andy Kaufman died. His alter ego, like one of his friends, played him at a club, and somebody was like, "It's like we want to see Andy Kaufman." He's
Tony
like,
Clifton?
"Tony Clifton."
Yeah.
Yeah, the audience was like, "We want to see Andy Kaufman," and he said, "For that, you're gonna need a shovel and a flashlight."
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
I know, like, that's pretty good.
Well, Pooks, we're playing out to the end of the show.
Oh no! Is it over already?
Yeah,
That went fast.
it did. So before you end off, like, where can people find out more about you? I know you said it earlier, but
zimandpoo.bandcamp.com and just check out the Pookies on Facebook.
okay. And Elizabeth, what about you? Where can people find you? Plug yourself.
Plug myself in front of everybody.
Yep.
Oh,
There's a box beneath your chair.
There's a box on my chair too. Unexpected Productions. I play pretty much every weekend at some time or another for theater sports, and then Colin Smith and I have a group called Your Hand Goes Here, and we do improvisational puppetry.
That's awesome.
That
Where do
is
you guys do
awesome.
your show?
We've kind of been puppets for hire for a little while, but we play fairly regularly up in Edmonds at the
Box?
at the Black Box Theater.
Black's Box.
It's all about boxes with you.
Yeah, music.
Awesome. You have a Facebook?
I do.
She does.
I do.
Everyone does. That's a
Everybody
stupid
has
question.
a Facebook, yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, you can reach me through Unexpected Productions.
Go see the puppets. They're awesome. You ready? So so we're gonna do the one. We're gonna do good parts. Okay. This is a song about hygiene. How's this go?
Oh, I love this one.
Well, darling, we've been drifting apart for all these years. Lately, the only action I get is when I crack open a beer. But there's something about the way the shadow is hiding your face. It reminds me of that sweet stuff you got. Well, tonight I want a little taste. So go wash off your good parts.
Good parts.
We'll go race some go-karts.
Go-karts.
We've been drifting, my darling, but we will never be too far apart. We'll get something good to eat.
Good to eat.
Just like you, I hope it's sweet.
Sweet.
Screw around in the back seat.
Ooh.
No, I don't mean my car.
Well, I hope you don't mind. I put a razor in your bathroom. You got a 5 o'clock shadow. And it ain't even noon. Sometimes we get so mad. We forget how we really feel. You want sex, I want the toilet seat down. Hey, Monty, let's make a deal. Go wash off your good parts. We'll go race some go-karts. We've been drifting, my darling, but we could never be too far apart. We'll get something good to eat. Like you, I hope it's sweet.
So sweet.
Screw around in the back seat, and you better mean your car.
Go
Wash off your good parts. We'll go race some go-karts. We've been drifting, my darling. We could never be too far apart. We'll get something good to eat. Like you, I hope it's sweet. Screw around in the back seat.
No, I don't mean my car.
Screw around in the back seat, and you better mean your car.
Thanks, guys. I messed up a little bit there, but
Thanks, guys. That was awesome. This is the end of the podcast.
thanks, Kelsey, for having us.
Yeah, thanks, Kelsey.
Yeah, you're welcome.